And now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show. Presented by Hiram and Solomon Cigars, the Oliva Cigar family, and the J.C. Newman Cigar Company. Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
And good evening, everybody.
Good.
I was going to do like a Vietnam thing, but we're not in Vietnam, so we can't do that.
Although it feels like we could be. I mean, Florida right now feels like it's very, it's very jungle-like. Yeah. Humidity.
And we have the Don with us.
Look at this special guest.
Hey, everyone.
Hey,
Big Shaw of Norwood Royal Cigars.
what's happening?
He celebrated a birthday recently. He celebrated a birthday. He's much younger than us, Bob.
Yeah, he can smoke now.
And he can smoke now. Before he wasn't allowed to. Now he can smoke legally.
Thank you.
Hey, Vic, congratulations on everything, big man.
Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Nice. Hey, what time is Bruce Bush doing tomorrow?
I think 5 to 8.
5 to 8, huh?
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Hey, got to get down there, Ronnie. Got to get down there.
I got to talk to the wife, see if she wants to go.
She said it's fine. Go.
She said she's leaving.
Karen Berger Cigars, so that's
leaving your ass home.
She likes them. She likes them. So we'll see what happens. Well, welcome everybody. We got a fantastic show tonight. It's going to be a first.
Yes.
In 6 years, this will be kind of the first show you can say it's going to be a I don't know, kind of whacked out show in its own way. Of course, we only do those because
finally whacked out.
Sure
about that?
Yeah, you're on.
Are you sure about that?
It's going to be whacked.
Ronnie knows how to really express the emotions of the show.
Yeah, he's whacking out.
Show for sure. No, it's just different. What I like about Joe is, see, this man isn't afraid to take risks.
Joey?
He's not.
No.
So,
just
what
ask
he
any
said.
girl.
That's just, All right. We're not going to go there tonight.
He's not in jail yet.
Please don't.
Hey, guys, Carol with an E is watching, so be careful.
That's why I said.
Don't pick on the man.
You don't pick on Joe.
You just fucked me, Tony.
I think we should really destroy him in front of her. What do you think?
Tonight's show is going to be interesting because we all had a chance to pick a cigar and a pairing that we wanted to do that was independent of each other. I didn't talk to Bob about what I was doing. Ronnie didn't talk to anybody. I didn't talk to Kyle. I didn't even think Joey was going to be on tonight. So that's how much
you were hoping he wasn't. But
so we have Dave Yancey, Leaf and Grain Society. Bob, that's an important society that you should take part of. Because at your age, you need as much. You need as much interaction with people.
Ronnie needs the grain.
He needs the Leaf and Diaper Society.
He's in the Leaf and Diaper Society. So Joey, I wanted to tell you what I'm going to be. What I'm pairing.
We'll start with you.
We'll start with me since I'm talking. So, as you can see, this looks like it could be coffee. This is cafe au lait on ice. So this is iced cafe au lait coffee that I'll be pairing with a Dumbarton Tobacco Sopremesa Brulee Blue. So, Brulee Brulee.
I'm blue and I would die.
I'm doing a babadi, brulee boo.
I'm smoking Hail Caesar.
Bob is smoking he can't
Julius
reach
Caesar.
that far. So that's the Julius Caesar by J.C. Newman
with some absolutely exquisite Japanese whiskey, which I can't even pronounce the name. I don't know.
Noob Gin or something. I left the bottle inside there because it's very precious. I didn't want to bring it outside.
The bottle is a work of art.
And it weighs a lot.
It does weigh a lot. Need a wheelbarrow to bring it out.
But it's a Japanese whiskey. Fantastic.
Fantastic
really
stuff. Never heard of it.
Like Hibiki or Yamazaki or something?
No.
No.
I'll bring it back when we go to break. When I come back, I'll bring it.
Big
gold bottle
with dragons on it, like and
leprechauns too. But I don't even know what the hell the name was.
Rajin.
I don't know.
Joey,
absolutely exquisite.
But the barrel,
fantastic.
What's that? The Japanese barrel that we the Manzan, whatever that is, barrel. I can't remember because let me tell you, that stuff is smooth,
barrel of monkeys,
and it got me a little lit up before the show.
Yeah, it's a Sneaky Pete whiskey, man.
It's a Sneaky Pete.
Yeah, I mean, Frank had a glass and he forgot where he was. It was like, wow.
No. Kyle, what are you pairing?
So tonight we are doing Zacapa rum. Oh shit, it's not gonna see this.
There it is. There it is. You put it in front of your face is good.
And we're also going to be pairing that with Luciano's Fiat
Lux.
This is going back to our roots, because one of the very first times before we even got this show really off the rails is we were sitting at Luciano's house in his backyard around his campfire there, and he had brought out different rums, whiskeys, all his different cigars, and we started doing pairings and stuff like that on the spot. He was even deconstructing cigars, putting cigars together. And so this is, when we're saying we're going back to our roots, this is really going back to the heart of things, to, having a nice Luciano cigar with some rum, some fancy rum, and going that route. So this is, in this cigar here is more on the savory side. So you're going to get more of the wood notes, the peanut notes, stuff like that. And the rum is going to bring it down with the more to sweet. So I got my sweet and savory going with this tonight's pairing.
Very good.
Do I dare ask Ron what he's pairing with his spaghetti tonight?
Yes, you are. You are.
Spaghetti.
Ravioli.
Oh, he's pairing ravioli with spaghetti.
No, you know what? No, I'm going to even shock you even more than that. Okay? I'm going to have one of our sponsors, Mr. Steve Saka, and his very own Sin Compromiso, and Yoo-hoo chocolate flavor, Yoo-hoo, baby. There we go. We're going to have that chocolate flavor with, I'm telling you, with notes, with earth and chicory and some coffee offering. Yeah.
All right, so at least half the fucking crew tonight has not been paying any fucking attention to our pairings throughout the past 2 years. What we do is whiskey, gentlemen. We do whiskey.
But you know what's important, Joey? You have to show your whiskey people the importance of diversification.
Okay,
to allow your palate to experience the different, because this will then hone your skills. We're talking about honing skills tonight.
We're honing our skills tonight,
right? What the fuck are we doing here?
I don't know. What the fuck are we doing?
If I knew Vic was going to be on, I would have grabbed the Don V instead. I'm sorry, Vic.
Obviously, I'm at Norwood Royal Cigars here. I'm with the Don, so I appropriately have to select. I'm bringing it back old school. We're going Don V original Corojo, the red band.
I actually love that cigar. That Corojo for us. I mean, that one hit my palate right. Boom, square, beautiful.
No, that round.
Yeah.
So what are you pairing it with, Joe?
So this is obviously a Honduran Puro cigar. It's got a sun-grown Corojo wrapper from the Jamastran Valley in Honduras. It was blended by the Don here, Vic Shaw for Norwood Royal Cigars, and it was produced by Oscar Valladares in Honduras, which we had an awesome time visiting in Honduras as well. So this cigar is just like, if I remember, is just like a nice cocoa, nice like cake batter chocolatiness to it, and then like the retrohale has this like awesome like spicy white chocolate note to it that I love. And when I paired this for the magazine way back when, I paired it with a bourbon that was the Baker's 13 extra aged, and it was just phenomenal. And I've had quite a few of these Corojos, and they just seem to pair excellently with the bourbon. It is a medium cigar. It's maybe a medium plus towards the back end, but I'm going to pair it with this. So we got the red and the blue. Okay, so this is the Blue Note Crossroads. This is, I believe this is sourced from MGP in Indiana. It's 100 proof. So we got the proofs kind of pairing up with the nice medium to medium plus boldness of this Don V Corojo cigar. I've tried the bourbon. I just get like almost like a cinnamon honey, like creme brulee kind of note. So I think it's going to pair well with like the dessert notes of this, this cocoa, like chocolate cake infused Don V Corojo.
Marzipan.
Yeah, we'll see if we get marzipan. Hopefully we do. That's my favorite note, as everybody is aware. But I wanted to have the Don on for a little bit here before we go to commercial break to run by. He has an incredible deal going on right now. First of all, he has a new
Don V coffee.
You want to tell us a little bit about the coffee? This was blended by Vic here as well.
So this is our private blend that actually came from Colombia, and this is like a morning blend. So this particular coffee also that I pair with a Don V Corojo, and it pairs really good. It has a really nice woodsy, little bit of the sweetness that you wanted. It's amazing pairing that we got this. So this is my own private blend. Nice. It's a morning blend that I actually call.
So the deal is you buy 25 and you can mix and match either the red, the Corojo, or the blue, the Nicaraguan Maduro wrapper cigar, which is more like darker, chocolatier and leathery type notes, and it's a little more bold than the Corojo. Yes. Both delicious. You can mix and match 25 of those cigars. Buy a bag of the coffee, and you get the private blend, the private Don V bourbon. This is called the Royal Blend. So Vic personally blended this bourbon. I helped him out. We were here for like 3 hours, just smoking both cigars, trying different. What we did was there was a gentleman here from Maker's Mark, and he had 5 different staved finished bourbons with him that we mixed and matched, and we came up with this awesome. It's majority of it is baked American pure stave finished bourbon. It's 55.1% ABV, and man, we just really spent a lot of time honing in on the perfect blend. And you could see the different staves on there,
right?
You see these all on the shelves. You're going to get this bottle for free with the deal.
Wow, that's a great deal.
Wow.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And for tonight's show, if we get 10 people to call in and order this deal, which is with shipping approximately.
So the Toro size is like around 370, 380 for the whole deal, and the 6x60 is like around $405.
Okay, so if we get 10 people on the show to make a purchase, we're going to raffle off the entire deal to a lucky winner.
Wow! So people go out there and buy.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, you're going to get
Joey. When you said 25, is it a 25 count in the box?
It's a 20 count box.
20, yeah.
Okay.
So you can mix and match 25 cigars.
Or you can go 12 and 13 of the other, however you want. This way you can mix and match.
Hey, let me ask you, Vic, what are you smoking tonight?
Don V Corojo, the original blend.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Such a good cigar.
It's very nice. The construction is amazingly good.
Yeah, and I said this before on the podcast. When I first lit into this cigar, that's when I fell in love with cigars. Absolutely, this is one of my favorite cigars.
Yeah, that's when we first met you, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
God, why did
we'll never live that down?
I know. Why did Vic invite Joey there anyway?
I don't think
it benefited you guys as well, right?
He wouldn't leave. Yeah, I know he wouldn't leave. He wouldn't
get rid of me,
and he never left.
I know. He never left. He didn't. That's the beauty of it. But so folks, please stick around because we've got a lot of things to do. And Kyle, we have a special thing for folks. We have a special give. We're going to give away 5 things tonight. So everybody better stick around.
I think a little more than that.
Maybe 6, maybe 7.
This isn't Christmas.
It's Christmas in August.
Wow. Christmas.
So
for Don's birthday, man.
Yeah.
So for all the people out there, we have a special raffle that's going to be happening. And this is not even going to have to deal any of that trivia shit that Frank does. So this is going to be an easy entry. So all you got to do, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, is hashtag pair your way, because this is our show. We're pairing things our way tonight. Do that. That's your
We have
entry.
a PayPal account open right now for people to send their $5 in for the raffle tickets.
And all you gotta do is do that. That'll get you your entry in. And at the end of the show, we're gonna do a random drawing from everyone that did this hashtag, and then that winner is gonna win a special prize tonight.
Now, Kyle, I have a question because I know that we have a lot of people who watch that are cheaters.
Yeah.
So can you enter? Can you enter the hashtag more than one time? It'll give you more.
You cannot. It is only once per username on Facebook or YouTube. So
good way.
You can't enter multiple times or anything like that. But you do have to be present to win. So unfortunately, you're going to have to stay for the whole show tonight.
So we can watch if they're on now, and if they tune off to try to come back later, you're done. You get nothing. You get squats.
That's how we hold hostage our audience.
But it's pair your way. It doesn't matter on capitalization or anything, but it does matter on the spelling. It has to be this hashtag. This is what the random raffle generator is going to look through. And so once we get that going, that'll be at the end of the show drawing. We'll do the draw right here. You'll see it, and then we'll show the winner when it comes up. So
we're getting very sophisticated on this show.
Too sophisticated.
Yeah, I know.
A little bit too much.
Well, when it says technical director on my name badge, I got to start doing shit, or else people are just going to
directing.
And speaking of sophisticated, so Dave Yancey from Leaf and Grain Society, I consider him the master when it comes to pairing cigars. I learned so much from him. After we had Ash Red and Dave Yancey on the show, maybe over a year ago, we were off to the races with our pairings and came up with some amazing pairings. And it's all based off the knowledge that we learned from the masters, from Leaf and Grain Society. So we got to give them credit, and I can't wait to hear more from Dave Yancey, see what's new in the pairing world, and help us take these pairings to the next level.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Right after these words from our friends who happen to be sponsors.
And hit the share button.
Hit the share button.
Don't forget to comment when you share.
He's going to go. So you guys want to say bye.
Take care.
Have a good one.
We might see you tomorrow, buddy.
You got it. Enjoy.
All right, Nick. Take care, buddy.
Thanks,
Take care.
Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: the Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind, and the newly released Perfect Round, featuring 18 cigars, a front 9 and a back 9. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes, we grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands.
A family of 4 generations in tobacco. It started in Odense, Denmark 141 years ago. 1882, with a factory and a retail store by Eric Peter Stokoby. 4th Generation is a premium quality brand consisting of a selection of tin and loose tobaccos made in Denmark, pipes made of the finest quality briar, and superior accessories from leather goods, lighters, and pipe tools. The selection of 4th Generation products are available in premium pipe and cigar stores in the US, and many European countries. Check out fourthgenpipetobacco.com.
All right, here we are.
And there he is. Like magic.
You know how hard it is to be quiet when I've got so many things that I want to chime in on, especially the entire Yoo-hoo pairing. and I'm in the green room, so I'm sitting here trying to make gestures to see if I can get y'all's attention. And of course, I see Kyle's eye come towards me just a couple of times. I'm even commenting on it, but no, nothing. You guys are so dedicated to your debauchery.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Yes.
We really are.
Boy, he used a big word there. What did he say? What did he say, Jake?
Yeah, what I love about Dave is he's eloquently mild-mannered. You know what I
Like
mean?
Superman.
He's kind of like Superman in a way.
Yeah, the
Clark Kent. Clark David Yancey Clint.
Because he just he stays as he can deadpan deliver lines while
deadpan deliver.
yeah, he
wow.
has that deadpan delivery.
Like Jack Benny or something.
I was wondering if this was going to go towards a compliment, and I appreciate that it did turn back around that corner.
It can
So
turn
thank you.
very quickly.
That's what makes me trust him, Bob. You see, it's
Don't make me take off my glasses and do that spin.
It really is. It's his whole
Demeanor.
That he exumes knowledge. You know, where Joey exumes
the beard. It's the beard.
Everything else.
He is Gandalf the Grey. So
Dunce cap.
The dunce cap.
yeah. I call him Gandalf the Grey of whiskey and cigars.
There we go.
Yeah.
Joey, you're getting better. You have gotten better. It took you 2 years, finally, but he has
been
gotten
around
better.
for 2 years.
He's been around 2 years, a little over,
Wow.
believe it or not, a little over.
It's been I think a year and a half, almost 2 years since I was on the show last.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's been a while. You guys have been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
I know with Leaving Grain, we just celebrated our 3rd year.
Nice.
Year number
Nice.
3 back in this past month.
Yeah, we just
No, we
celebrated
don't- we
6
don't-
years.
Yeah.
What's that?
6
This
years.
is our 6-year anniversary summer.
Yeah, 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing the Twisted Pair, our live show anymore. But
Too much work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It's too much work, Dave.
It's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot of work, and I don't know. Maybe you guys are seeing something, but it seems almost like the live shows don't have quite the draw as what the pre-recorded
Oh no, not us. We have we always have. You know why?
We're steady.
We give shit away.
And growing,
And
actually.
people want to, people know to come on because we give some great shit away. So people
Plus,
like
we talk about random ass shit too.
Right, exactly. They never know what they're going to get when
We like the debauchery.
Yes, they never know what will happen. Oh, you'll be
well. I mean, we do have the King of Cooch on the show, so
yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's when Joey's on. It's our lowest rated show once a month.
All right, Dave. What's new, my man? What's going on with Lisa Gray?
Pairing tonight, Dave.
Wow, how we changed
I was
it.
going to say, is anybody going to ask what I'm pairing?
Yes, I am.
So I am pairing the McAuliffe Blue.
Okay,
So
great
this
cigar.
is a new one from McAuliffe. This is a San Andres Sumatra wrapper with a with the San Andres binder, and then their standard Nicaraguan fillers. And I did a live review of this on their show, McAuliffe's Off the Record, and then also reviewed it in the latest issue of our magazine, and then also did a live pairing with McAuliffe at Michael's Tobacco, which is just down the street. Now, the notes that you get out of this is a creamy earth note, which is very interesting. You get a little bit of the cocoa from the actual San Andres binder itself. There's some nice subtle notes of pepper, a little bit of white pepper on the room aroma, a little bit of white pepper in the retro on it, but that creaminess mixed with the earthiness from the Sumatra is just coming through beautifully. I'm pairing that with a very interesting drink.
Oh.
And I say this is very interesting because this doesn't taste like your standard rye.
Okay.
Now, before I show you the rye of what it is, the notes off of the nose is absolute white pepper, just beautifully right off the nose with subtle hints of peaches on the back side of it.
Peaches.
Nice.
However, on the front side, when you take it on the palate, you get that sweetness from the stone fruit, so from the peaches, and it rolls back. You start picking up a little bit of the white pepper and a little bit of your cooking spices, your baking spices, and then it's almost like those peach notes just kind of roll back over to the front. I mean, so if you can kind of picture how you get the sweetness come across, hit the white pepper, and then that peach note comes right back across the front.
Interesting.
And I can explain why. I can explain why we get that with a rye in a minute. Now, this is still Austin's.
Oh yeah, I got
still
that.
Austin. I do like
Still Austin's good. I like Still Austin.
This is still Austin's. This is their straight rye. This is coming in at 99.6% alcohol, so it doesn't drink hot at all. And sometimes your lower proofs will drink hot, especially if they're younger. This is about I want to say this is probably a 3 to 4 year, so it is younger on it. But the way that Nancy has done the blending for this is just blowing my mind with the complexity of this. Now, why did I prepare the rye with this? Because I wanted a twofold. I wanted a complementary and I wanted a contrast pairing. I wanted the complementary to bring out the spiciness of the cigar.
Right.
I wanted the contrasting to bring out the sweetness in the cigar.
Aha. And that's where that peaches and that side of the bourbon.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to get both of these on that.
That makes a heck of a lot of sense. We have Kirk Condon on, and he says, "Hello, I know nothing about cigars, but am cigar curious."
There you go.
All right. He's a drinker. So he's a drinker. He's a drinker.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome. And we've got Luciano on.
Luciano,
our brother is on.
Hell yeah!
We were just talking about you, Luciano.
Yes, Kyle is actually pairing his Fiat Lux with the Zacapa
23.
Yep.
The Fiat Lux, when I first smoked that, and I was talking with Luciano on it, and he came back to me and he asked me, he said, "Well, what would you pair that with?" And that is the first cigar that I've ever had that did two things. One, it caused my mouth to salivatate, which takes a perfectly pH balanced cigar to do that. Right. And Luciano does that. And number two, it is a type of cigar where it's so well balanced in its blending. So bringing you sweet, bringing you earth, bringing you spice, bringing you cream, that you can literally pair that with anything. Everything
cigar.
That cigar was Leaf and Grain's #1 cigar for 2021.
Yeah. That was such an amazing cigar.
No, I'm sorry, 2022. Our #1 cigar for 2022.
Yes.
And then his follow-up, which does exact same thing, but different primary flavors, is the Maria Lucia. And that was our #1 cigar. That's our #1 cigar for last year.
Great smoke.
Absolutely. It's fantastic.
Exactly.
He knows everything he does is fantastic. He just knows what to do.
With that cigar for Leaf and Grain magazine. I forget what did I pair it with. I forgot what I paired it with. Oh, it was like a Red Spot, right?
I think it was a red. I think it was the Red Spot.
Oh, that was an awesome pairing.
So all right, I'm going to give a shout out. If you guys don't know Luciano Cigars, I know he's not. I don't know if he's a sponsor or not, but I'm giving him some. I'm giving him.
Give him all you got because we love the guy. Just give it to him.
Go out to your local brick and mortar and ask for Luciano Cigars.
Yep.
Any one of them.
Any one of them.
Any
Doesn't
one.
matter
Any
what.
one of them, you will not go wrong. He's all of our brothers. We all know him first, personal firsthand. If your brick and mortar doesn't have them,
Demand them.
then get your brick and mortar to bring them in, because one is going to be a top seller for you for that brick and mortar, and two, you're not going to go wrong with any of his smokes.
Exactly.
Correct.
I love the Lucia myself.
Yep.
That happens to be one of my favorite cigars.
True.
The Maria Lucia, it's one of my favorite cigars as well.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Absolutely. Good one, Dave. Thank you for that.
So you asked a question of what's going on with Leaving Grain Society.
Yeah, so you have a magazine going now. Tell us all about that.
So December of last year, I got a wild hair up my ass, and Joe, you could testify to this. Reached out to my team of writers for our website, and we've all been writing for the website for a while. I said I want to do a magazine, and they're like, this was in August of last year, and I said, let's just put some articles together, and so we did. I worked feverishly for 150 hours plus on top of my 9-to-5 job that I had. Yeah. Formatting, editing, getting articles in, reformatting, put it together. Our very first issue, we featured Al McAuliffe of McAuliffe Cigars, and Terry Lynn Fott did the cover story for us, and we produced a digital format on it, and so it's out on our website now. Nice. We are now working on our issue number 4. No, issue number 5. I think issue number 5. Issue number 4. I'm sorry, issue number 4, our fall edition. So, our spring issue was the theme of it was all walks of life. Let's do something for all walks of life, meaning that cigars are not meant just for the affluent. Whiskeys, wines, what have you, is not meant just for the affluent. That is meant for everybody. And had the cover story of a good friend of mine, Forrest McCall. I don't even remember his last name.
Forrest. That's all people need to know.
Forrest, but he's a big rig tow truck driver. So he's nice. The one that goes in and handles those big accidents when the 18-wheelers are in part of big accidents, in those big rigs. Right. And talked about his life, what it means to be a truck driver, first responder. He smokes meat here in Texas. And so, as a smoker, and then as whiskey and a cigar guy. And featured some good articles in there. Our latest issue that we published at the end of June, 1st of July, was all featured around veterans and our military and our first responders, and honoring them. And we featured Warfighter cigars on that issue. Our next coming issue, which will come out at the end of September, it's the theme of that one is grain to glass, farm to table. So those who have their hands in all parts of the process, from just like what we talked about with your sponsor, Karen Berger does, where she talks about how she goes from seed to final product of it. So we want to honor those who are in every step of the process.
Right.
Of it. So we're quarterly. Right now we're all digital. What we pride ourselves on being written by the consumer for the consumer. So we're all consumers. There's only 2 of us that are professional writers, and that's Joey and myself.
Well, there's one.
There's one, and then there's the other guy.
And then you got that guy Joe.
He's
He's getting better.
Now, hold on here a minute, Frank, because I need an article from him for the next issue.
Oh, okay.
Good thing it's quarterly.
Yeah, good thing it's quarterly because with Joey, it takes him a while.
But we're halfway to September, and I don't want to get it 3 days after the due line like I usually do.
I know.
And I'm waiting till midnight to get it, and up till 3 a.m. so I can get it in before it's supposed to go before it's released. So I'm trying to be nice here.
Call Carol with an E.
Wow.
She'll get it done for you.
Yes.
I'll get it in by 2 a.m.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Yes.
I heard Joey's just learning how to write in script now.
I'm asking him not to because last time he did, I couldn't read it.
Yeah.
Chicken squawk. You know?
That's
Bob's actually my ghostwriter. So
that's right.
That explains
Bob is
that
more
last
like a
piece you
ghost.
sent in.
I can see Bob being your ghost.
yeah, that
He
explains
haunts
the horseshit articles that come through.
Bob doesn't even see the screen, so I mean that's why it doesn't come through.
You know, so Dave, I want to talk to you about my pairing and how this is working. I'm assuming that you've smoked the Sopremesa Brulee. Have you?
I have many times.
Okay. So I've paired that with an iced coffee, Olé.
Mm-hmm.
So a nice shot of espresso with some milk on ice. The beauty about this cigar is that you look at it and you think it's going to be towards the light side. But this cigar is sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a peppery nose, light pepper, a lot of spice, but so creamy. So what's nice is the contrast to the Cafe Olé with this cigar. Now, I believe it does have a sweet tip, but there's a very much a honey essence.
I got
to this,
honey as soon as I smoked it. Yeah.
Honey, and I got a little caramel. So this pairing for me is just perfect, especially tonight. It's rather humid out, and I had already gotten a little lit with whiskey, and I wanted something.
Now the truth comes out.
I wanted something that wasn't going to affect my words. So that's why I'm pretty clear and concise in my thoughts right now, Joe.
Allegedly.
Clear and concise.
Now he's using police terms. Yeah. Allegedly.
Those are big words.
Those are big words for him.
Hey, innocent until proven guilty, Joey. Innocent until proven guilty.
Am I on the right track with how I'm
You're on the right track, and those two should go good together. Here's a couple of just warnings with what you're trying to do.
Okay.
One, ice drinks causes our taste buds to contract, right?
Because of the cold.
Because it's cold.
Yes.
just like with you take an ice bath, it causes your pores to close down, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's an ice drink is going to be a little bit harder to identify notes, to identify those nuances of flavors. The flavors, what we call bold flavors, those intense bold flavors that are up front, will come through.
Right.
Okay. Those other nuanced flavors that
cocoa-y, nutty. There's some nuttiness in here that I'm picking up now because this glass is warming up. It's getting a little warmer.
So the other thing that can hinder taking up the notes is, and Ron, this is going to go towards you as well, is the dairy.
The lactic acid, the dairy.
Well, think about what dairy does to our tongue and to our mouth. It provides a coating to it.
Right.
Okay, and so that can also be a barrier layer. Now, because you're going with a Sobremesa Brulee that has, that already has some of that sweetness from it, but it has very nice, bold, intense flavors, should be able to come through. Now, honestly, if you were doing that, say, with the power of cigar, where the notes are intense, but they're not as in your face type intense, if that makes sense.
Right. That's something milder. I would be at a loss here, because there would be too much in that middle ground and nothing to stand on its own.
I don't think your
and help
palate
the
would
other.
pick up the notes
Right.
at all.
You would really be hindered.
Can we zoom in to Ron real quick, sipping on his Yoo-hoo?
I think it's Nestle's Quick Strawberry.
He's got the sippy straw.
Ron,
He's
take
got
a
the
sip for
sippy
the
straw.
audience. Ah, there it is.
Wow.
Say he needs to pour that into a sippy cup.
Yeah, there you go.
The problem with Ronnie, though, Dave, listen, you're an expert when it comes to picking up flavors, and your palate is what I would call very mature. It understands. Ronnie's palate only really understands. It's a very narrow band. It has a flavor profile for
pasta.
Pasta, mozzarella, and tomato sauce.
And salad. Don't touch Ronnie's salad.
Yeah.
Oil and vinegar. Oil and vinegar.
All right, we've established that Frank and Ronnie both fucked up.
No,
Dave,
Frank did not.
Listen, Joey, I did not fuck up. I can tell you that.
Here's the other thing about it too. Okay, and Joe, we've talked about this when you've been on my show, and I've talked about this, 1,000 times. When I had my show, and Red and I did as well. I don't sit down and go, now I've been doing this so long that I can pick up a cigar and pick up a drink and know exactly what I'm going to get on it.
Right.
But when I'm wanting to just sit back and just enjoy my drink, enjoy my smoke, I don't worry as much about whether or not my flavors are going to clash or not. Now, I'm going to pick it up pretty quickly if my flavors clash or not. So 90% of the time, I'm just grabbing a drink and grabbing a smoke and just sitting down enjoying. And that's what Ronnie wants to do. Ronnie, obviously, he doesn't want to think about how these go together. No. I'm not sure if he's capable.
They do.
He doesn't really
but he does want to. So.
He doesn't like to think.
Yes.
No, I don't. I let you do the thinking.
He doesn't have the thinking cap on.
Dave, I always say if you have a well-developed palate for both cigars and whiskey, and you have a quality cigar, you have a quality whiskey, something cool is going to happen in either direction, and I'm sure you'll get into those strategies about pairing. But that's kind of like my approach to things. Like you were talking about, I just want to enjoy my cigar, enjoy my whiskey. I'm confident in my palate, so I'm confident that as long as I have some kind of good whiskey with me, so like a decent cigar, something cool will happen in one of the directions. So, Dave, if you want to give us some of those basic, like if you're a newbie you want to pair a cigar with a whiskey, but what are some of like the basic strategies to pairing your cigar with a whiskey or any type of beverage in general?
A lot of people have said, go with match the boldness, match a bold wine, a bold whiskey to a bold cigar, and that's very good at this very basic levels. If you want to step up to really start seeing those flavors married together, then you've got to start educating yourself by going a little bit further beyond that. One of the things that you've got to understand is breaking down these myths that we hear about cigars, and I've been working. I'm going to work till my dying day, because I'll smoke until my dying day. I'm trying to break down these myths. And the number one myth that we need to break down is a full body, light body, medium body cigar has nothing to do with the flavor. Nothing to do with the flavor. If you look up at a body of a wine, it's going to talk about the viscosity and the mouthfeel of it. If you look up a body of a spirit, it's going to talk about the viscosity, the weight, and the mouthfeel. Same applies to a cigar. A full body cigar, I mean, we've all taken a draw on a cigar, and we've felt the weight of that smoke on our palate and our mouth. And it doesn't even have to be a lot of smoke, but we felt the weight of that. That's a full body cigar. As to where a light body cigar is going to be, where the smoke almost immediately dissipates inside of our palate.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay, so that's the identification of a body. Now, the strength of a cigar has nothing to do with the flavor. The strength of a cigar has to do with the maturity of the cigar, the fermentation of the cigar, how strong those nicotine levels are. Well, if we go back to what happens in the cigarette industry, they actually spray ammonia on the tobacco in the cigarettes because that amplifies the nicotine and therefore it amplifies the addiction factor. One, how many of us are addicted to cigars because of the nicotine?
No.
None.
Nobody.
I've been smoking cigars for 32, almost 33 years, and I've never felt the need to go get my nicotine fit on. I did when I smoked cigarettes.
Oh.
Okay. So a cigar that is younger, that hasn't had those ammonia levels toned down, the nicotine is going to be amplified, and that's what causes the hair to get the tingles on our arms and stuff. Now that, a lot of people will say, oh, this cigar is too strong, it's making my stomach feel, queasy. That has to do with the amount of tobacco that's in it, but less, and some of the nicotine, but less of the nicotine. That ammonia level and the acidity levels is going to affect the strength of it. And just like a red wine, I let a red wine rest, the tannin levels come down. We let a cigar rest, the strength of it comes down because the ammonia and the acidity is just dissipating as the tobacco ages, right? You with me?
Yep.
Absolutely.
So what we have to do then is, through understanding that, we have to start identifying flavors of it. There's a couple of ways that you can do that. One, you can figure out you can learn the flavors by learning what the pH balance is and learn, the scientific way, learning how much of nitrogen and carbon and the 5 different chemicals that make up all flavors are in each of them and what the balance is of it. I don't have that time nor that level of intelligence to figure that out. The other way that we can learn our flavors is the psychological aspect of it by reaching into our memories.
Exactly.
Because everything that we do is going to do one of two things. It's either going to create a new memory or it's going to bring up a memory.
Yeah.
So this is impossible for Ronnie to do.
Ronnie is the exception.
Yes.
Ronnie is the exception.
Ronnie has no memory.
And Joe,
no palate, no memory. I mean,
I just got a stomach, right, guys? That's all I got. I got a stomach.
But Ronnie, hey, at least he eats good.
Right.
For everybody else.
My wife cooks good for me. I'm a happy fat.
But think about it. I mean, you've ever smoked a cigar and it brought back a memory of a time.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
So many times.
Okay,
I think that
now
plays on a lot of different things, whether it's food or a cigar or a beverage, even sometimes a smell. You go into a place and say, "Oh, I remember that smell. I used to have it in
whatever
my house or whatever it is." So our senses, our nose plays a lot of.
You know what cigar does? You know what cigar does that the best is that Christoph 685.
That's a nice cigar.
Oh man,
you guys are in Chicago. You figured it brought back memories for you,
man.
That's the thing.
So now let's build off of that. Okay, so we got that memory. What is it about that? What is it about that memory that came up? Typically, it's going to be. I mean, we're smoking here, and so it's going to be something in our senses that triggered that memory. Focus a little bit on that memory to identify what it is in that memory and how that associates with what you picked up on. And it may be some kind of event, like you went out hiking and there was a really dusty trail. You were working in the barn at your parents' or your grandparents' farm, and you were tossing hay around.
Exactly.
You had a dinner. You had some type of food.
Right.
So
yeah.
Now,
that 685 I paired with that Glencaddam 21, if you guys remember. It brought me to the dinner table at my parents' house with that dessert, that pistachio cake from that bakery that doesn't exist anymore. And that's the flavor I was getting. It was just like spot on.
So the next thing we do, if you really want to learn this, and you have a journal. So now we're talking just cigars right now because we got to get a base down on the cigars. You have a notes wheel, and out on my website, leafandgrainsociety.com, I've got a notes wheel that has all these notes broken down. And so you look at on the inside, okay, am I getting gaminess, meat? Am I getting woodsiness? Am I getting sweetness? Am I getting floral? And then as you go out further in the wheel, you're able to start drilling down. What we're doing is we're training our palate. Right. We're training our palate to be able to associate a flavor or an aroma that we've picked up to what a note actually is. So my favorite note, and I use this kind of as a joke, but I use this also to explain what I'm talking about here, is another well-known cigar reviewer, and I'm not going to mention the person's name or who they write for, but he was reviewing a cigar and he said, I'm getting a 3-meat meatloaf with a bacon lettuce and a barbecue sauce on top. Well, one, there's no way in hell that he was getting that. Right. But what he picked up is that reminded him of something. And so what he should have done is narrowed down in, drilled down in, and could very well pick up, I'm getting some really gamey type notes from this, and being able to identify, okay, this is a wild game, or I'm getting some beef, or this is, I'm getting some chicken or
something. Right. Yeah.
There's something there. So being able to drill down in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the number one thing. The number two thing, this is where you really want to, is what Joe says, take your pairings to the next level, is learn about the blends that are in the cigars.
Exactly.
So here comes the number 3 myth. There is not a single leaf that is called a Maduro. Exactly. There's not a single leaf that's called an Escuro. And this is where I'm going to piss some people off. There's no single leaf that's called a Candela, or no single leaf that's called a Connecticut. It doesn't exist. There's a broadleaf that is grown in Connecticut.
Right.
That originated from Connecticut. And that was actually a hybrid off of the Criollo.
Right.
There is a shade grown that is a seed, that is a leaf that started out in Connecticut, which is a hybrid off the Sumatra. So understanding that if you're asking the blend on this and they say it's got a Maduro wrapper, then ask them what seed is
the
that?
wrapper? Yeah, exactly. What wrapper
is it? Is it a Corojo?
Is it Habano? Exactly. You have to drill down.
Absolutely. You have to drill down. So understanding what your blends are, to understanding what those base notes are for each type of seed, each type of wrapper, and then you come into the regions where they're grown from. Now, the best example that I have for that is the Habano.
Yep.
Okay, so we have the Habano that's in the Jamastra region in Honduras. Mm-hmm. We have the Habano that originated from Cuba. We have the Habano that's grown in Dominican Republic. We have the Ecuadorian Habano, the Jalapa Habano from Nicaragua, and Habanos from other regions. Okay, every single one of those tastes different, even though it's the same seed.
Exactly,
because the environment,
exactly,
the terroir, yes, the terroir really starts bringing out notes in the Jamastra and Jalapa are both going to give me creamy notes. Jalapa is going to give me a little bit more of that chocolatey, creamy note, whereas the Jamastra is going to give me a little bit more of a buttery, creamy note on that. The Dominican is going to give me some of that really nice buttery, sweet buttery, kind of a floral buttery note, whereas Ecuadorian is going to give me a more of a creamy tropical fruit type note.
Yeah.
Well, why am I getting tropical fruit off of Ecuadorian? And every single cigar that you smoke that's from Ecuador, if you're paying attention, you're going to get bananas on the retro. You're going to get bananas and the nuance from that. And the reason why is because bananas is the number one export for Ecuador. Right. So there's banana plantations all over the place, cross-pollination, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So now,
if you're getting something from Omnitempe, you're going to have much more minerality because of that volcanic soil.
So all the soils are going to be different from all these different regions,
right? And how far you are
closer to the sea, you're getting a saltiness.
There'll be that saltiness, to it. It's like really salty.
So let's talk about Nicaragua. Nicaragua's got four primary regions. There's 5 regions in Nicaragua, but we know about the 4 primary ones. Esteli, obviously.
Yep.
Condego, which is 30 kilometers away from Esteli. Ometepe, which is a volcanic island in the middle of a lake, not on the coast side, but it's in the middle of a lake in the middle of Nicaragua, and Jalapa, which is actually lower elevation, but it's in a rainforest. So I have a lot of potassium, a lot of magnesium up in the soils in Jalapa, but a lot of potassium in the soils in the lower regions, because of the type of soils that is there. We get our pepperiness and those pepper type spices from white pepper to peppercorn to black pepper,
right?
All from the volcanic. We'll get some of that volcanic ash. The closer you are to the volcanic ash, Ometepe, the more of a white pepper is going to be as opposed to a black pepper or a peppercorn. Mm-hmm. If you're getting a sweet pepper note to it, that's peppercorn, because peppercorn still has that. If you think about it, peppercorn still has the shell, and the shell of the peppercorn fruit is kind of sweet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. So now we're thinking about each of those different types of nuances in the notes. When you start learning that, now we can really take it and go, okay, I know that a rye is going to be spicy, but I said, what did I say about this rye right off the bat? I said it had some peach notes to it.
Exactly.
Stone fruit notes in my grains come from rye. Cherry notes in my grains come from wheat. Honey notes come from corn. And chocolate notes come from barley.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I know that, you see how I can start marrying these up together.
Right. You're kind of doing your own. Your mind is now doing the blending of those flavor profiles, and that's what it's doing. It's creating that profile that is unique to you, because some people aren't going to pick that up, because again, your own experience,
but everybody's
also
palate is
and
different.
their people's palates.
Okay. I'm so glad that you said that, Bob. Okay.
Or Frank.
Or I'm saying,
Bob. Let's go with Bob.
Bob said everybody's palate's different.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever had an apple that tasted like an orange?
Probably not.
Have you ever had an orange that tasted like cucumbers?
I don't think so.
Okay. Our palates aren't different as far as what we taste, that we taste something different than somebody else. Our palates are different in the maturity of our palates.
There you go.
Our palates are different in what we enjoy.
And our memory is different too. So everyone has,
especially Ronnie's.
Yeah, he has no.
What memory? What? Did you say something?
But I think what we should do is we should take a quick break, because I think Bruce Stark
has to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we had about 3 people asking for a bathroom break here. So,
okay. So we'll be right back.
Run, Bruce, run.
Run,
Bruce.
The wind.
Great cigars take time. The Fortaleza Libre story began in 2013 with the idea of starting a brand of cigars that would exemplify the strength and freedom that define America. Our premium cigar voyage for quality and taste led us to the Dominican Republic and the tobacco fields of Santiago and Tamboril, Tabacalera El Joyito would become a trusted partner, and in 2019, our smoking strong and living free journey was realized with the arrival to our shores of the Fuerte Libre Bodacious. Fast forward 5 years, 2024, Fuerte El Libre rebrands to Fortaleza El Libre. Same meaning, strong and free. Our portfolio has grown to 6 core lines to satisfy the palates of cigar smokers worldwide. For more information, visit our website at fylcigars.com. Smoke strong, live free.
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are 4th generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature Firehouse cigar line.
All engines respond.
Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor.
R&A Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
And we are back, folks.
We're back.
All
Kyle,
right.
you know, I had a question for Kyle because
Sure.
he's been too quiet over there. So Kyle, tell me about.
I'm quiet because I'm letting
right
the master talk.
No,
why we
want
wanna-
to know where his journey, where your journey has. We started. You were pairing the Fiat Lux with the Zacapa rum.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about how that pairing started and where you're at now.
So, like, you know, first off, and you know, starting off with the Fiat Lux, you know, so it's more of the savory cigar. You know, you're getting more of the like peanut flavors, some cedar notes coming through on that. You know, getting into the you know, as it comes through, even with some black pepper. Black pepper's predominant throughout the Fiat Lux. So and I'm pairing that with a more sweeter rum, the Zacapa 23, which is a much more sophisticated rum, sipping rum, which is bringing in some sweetness. So it to my palate, I'm getting almost like a trail mix, because you're getting some of that like peanut flavor with like that chocolate flavor, you know, mixed in with some like raisins in there, you know, coming through as the two are working together, you know, within my palate here. So to me, I think it's a fantastic pairing just from that sweet and savory. I love sweet savory things. It's one of my all-time favorite. If you ever never had chocolate covered potato chips, try it once, because it's a mind blowing too with that sweet and savory. But yeah, well, so it you know, and
goes together well.
Chocolate and salt always that always pairs nicely.
So would you say your scale is perfectly balanced with that mix?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Beautiful. And Bob over here too. He's been pairing his Julius Caesar.
Unfortunately, I don't know the name of this
whiskey.
I
forgot to get it.
Which was tremendous. But yeah, I mean, this cigar, whiskey. Obviously, I like it. I think it's a great cigar, but it's very earthy and very leather-like. And it doesn't really change much on that. It pretty much is consistent. Obviously, it picks up in strength as I'm going along. But
and the whiskey, what did you get from the whiskey to the cigars?
The whiskey was a really nice mix. The whiskey is delicate.
Right.
That's the best way I can describe it. It's a very delicate whiskey. No punch to it. Just smooth, almost like you're drinking water with a ton of flavor in it. I don't know how else I could describe it.
Right.
If there's one that I'm thinking of, then that's a single grain Japanese
whiskey.
It's
a single. Yes, it is.
So it's a single grain. There is a difference between single grains and single malts, which we can get into. And Chris said something that I want to get into as well a little bit later. But to Kyle's point, Kyle, what your experience is what we call a contrast pairing. And so complementary pairing is where each side is going to enhance flavors that are present. Okay, so it if you're getting, say like you're smoking a San Andres wrapper, a San Andres Pure, okay, where you're going to get a lot of those creamy cocoa notes with little back hints of pepper in it, right? Well, a complementary pairing would be where I'm drinking that with, say, a wheated bourbon that has higher malted barley on it, or say a Scotch, okay, a single malt that has lots of chocolatey notes on it. And those chocolatey notes are really kind of picking each other up and enhancing each other. That's complementary pairing. Contrast pairing is where it's going to bring to light those subtle notes. Okay, so just like you're talking sweet and savory, chocolate and salt, they both come together, and that saltiness kind of picks up a little bit of that saltiness that's in a chocolate, because chocolate can have some salt undertones to it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it kind of brings it up to front a little bit. A perfectly balanced pairing, which is the rarity of those, is to where each of them come together. It's almost like they're shaking hands saying, how are you doing? And they're able to talk about each other's differences, their uniqueness, and they stand alone together and don't clash.
Right.
That's a very hard pairing to find. And if you ever hear me say this is a pairing that goes down in the books, I'm talking about a balanced pairing.
Right.
So the next step in what we're doing is where we have to break down. You have to understand your cigar. And so in identifying a pairing, what kind of pairing it is and how that pairing is going, you know how we break our cigars down into first, second, and final thirds, right?
Yeah.
Most cigars are going to transition through each of them, and that has to do with how they're rolled. Some cigars is going to have the same notes consistent all the way throughout, and that's fine. A lot of us boutique lovers, we love the transitions. What I want to do is I want to get an understanding of what type of notes I have in my cigar in that first third. And then I'm going to cleanse my palate, and I cleanse my palate with water. Just have water not close by. It's going to cleanse my palate. And then I'm going to go from cigar to drink first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a draw. And take a sip on that and see what happens to the drink. So because this is a San Andres, it's a San Andres Sumatra, but it's a San Andres. What I'm getting from going from cigar to drink is it's bringing those buttery notes of the drink a little bit more forward.
Yeah.
It's not bringing out the peppery notes. So that part there is balance. It's bringing out the sweetness in the oils on the drink by going from drink to cigar. Then once I got an understanding of that, and I've got a journal, I'm taking my notes in my journal. Then I'm going to cleanse my palate again, and I'm going to reverse it, and I'm going to go from drink to cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Where the white pepper is now coming forward.
Mm-hmm.
My white pepper on the cigars now coming forward, which it wasn't necessarily there as forefront just by itself. A lot of times when you're doing a pairing, you will absolutely find a way to where this works really well from cigar to drink. From drink to cigar, it doesn't go that good. Okay, fine, perfect. Then always handle your pairings from cigar to drink.
Right. So you can basically dictate how you want that pairing to go. So that if there's one way,
kind of manipulating the flavor.
You're manipulating it
so that you're controlling the experience. Right. You know, just the same vice versa. I've had pairings. We did a pairing with chicken, where going from and we did a full pairing where we had food involved in it too, which it gets really complicated there.
Right.
And we went from chicken to cigar to drink, and it was not good at all.
Right. It's mind blowing. It'll almost make you want to not do any of it.
Yes. And we tried different variations of it. When we put the chicken in the middle of it and we went from drink to chicken to cigar, it worked out beautifully on that because the drink was able to stand up to the fattiness of the chicken, which the fattiness of a chicken is different than the fattiness of a steak, right?
Right. Very different.
Okay. So it went great from chicken to drink to cigar, but that's the only way. So throughout the rest of the show, that's what we did.
Right.
That's the way that we enjoyed it all the way through.
Ian says buttery notes, slap my cornbread and call me biscuit.
Ronnie always puts the chicken in the middle too. So
chicken's always in the middle.
to bounce off these directions, just kind of show what Dave is talking about with my pairing. And again, I'm pairing the Don B Corojo with this Blue Note Crossroads, which is it's a toasted French oak finished whiskey sourced from MGP. When I go cigar to the whiskey, I get like this really nice marriage of like it's like a thick, silky, like coconut milk, or even like a Mexican horchata type note that I'm getting. It's just absolutely delicious. That toasted French oak is definitely, I think, impacting the pairing here. But then when I switch it and go the opposite direction, when I go whiskey to cigar, I'm simply getting like a vanilla sugar cookies type note.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that just kind of shows you like how things can change up in each direction.
Oh, I love Skinny Money. Skinny Money's. He just had vanilla ice cream with his Dom Pepin 20th complete contrast pairing.
There you go.
I agree. That's going to be completely a contrast.
It's going to be a complete contrast pairing because that Don Pepin 20th is known for its nice, big, bold, peppery type notes and with some cooking spices in there as well. So when I smoke the Don Pepin 20th, I get a bit of cumin and a bit of turmeric in there as well. So different types of spices. That's completely contrasting from the vanilla ice cream. Again, you got to be careful with dairy type products because that's going to coat your tongue. So in that type of a pairing, I always go cigar to the food.
Right.
If you know, and in Ron's case and in your case, Frank, going from cigar to drink.
Yes.
That way the drink doesn't overpower.
Yep.
Here's Andre. Everyone knows the best pairing with a cigar is Yoo-hoo.
I have not done that one. No, I think I have done a pairing with a black coffee and a so it was a black coffee with a chocolate cinnamon roll and a Osaka carboncito.
Oh, nice.
So which is a very, very strong pepper
bomb.
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 And that pairing went absolutely beautifully.
Yeah, well, you needed that strong pepper bomb to kick the sugars down.
Yeah.
Yeah, my diabetes was going crazy on that one, but then I didn't know I had diabetes.
That's how you found out.
Honestly, I mean, this whole diabetes thing with me. I mean, we're just now. I had a month into it. I found out that I have type 1 diabetes a month ago when I went into the hospital.
Wow.
But I've also found out that whiskey does not affect my blood sugars. Thank you, Jesus.
It is the water of life. It is the water.
It is the water of life.
Now, Dave, what would you say to having a cappuccino with your cigar? Because typically when I go to the lounge, I always have to have cappuccino while I'm sitting there smoking my cigar. I won't. I mean, that's usually my first drink. And then after that, then I'll get into some whiskeys and stuff. But usually my first drink is my cappuccino with my first cigar and just sitting there relaxing and enjoying the flavors that way.
My absolute favorite pairing with a cappuccino or with any type of coffee is going to be a really intense, peppery, strong, and I hate using that word, but Nicaraguan,
right?
So Esteli Puro.
So would you say like the Red Meat Lovers cigar, like something like that, or?
Well, my favorite to do with the cappuccino is a Pissed Off Christoph.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a great cigar. I love that cigar.
So going with that, and I'm telling you what, people. A lot of people will say, "Oh, start off with a very mild cigar in the mornings because you don't want to burn your palate for the rest of the day."
Right.
If you want to pick me up to really get you going, get yourself a nice coffee, cappuccino, cafe vanilla latte with a double espresso on that. And a nice, powerful Nicaraguan cigar, and that'll get you going in the morning.
Yeah, and I do that. I get on my Segway at the mall, and I'm good.
Right, and he's going. I mean, at that point, he can actually.
And yet, you still haven't arrested anybody, Joey. You still haven't arrested anyone.
Here's why that works. It's not the caffeine that gets us going in the morning. It's the acidity that's in the coffee, and it's the acidity that's in the stronger cigars that gets us going. And the reason why is because at night, when we're sleeping, the chemistry of our body gets to be a little bit more balanced out. The pH balance, and it's a little bit more on the alkaline side.
Right.
Okay.
So we counter that with the acidity, and that gives us a boost in the morning. I learned that one from Luciano. He and I were doing a class, so to speak, an impromptu class at the Underground, and he was talking about that, and so I brought out some points on it, and we were just going back and forth on this.
Nice.
So a nice, strong, and a younger cigar works perfectly on that because the acidity levels are going to be higher on that cigar.
Right. Right.
But that's what it comes down to on pairings. To really elevate your pairings, it's not just about matching full body to full body. It's about understanding the breakdown of your cigar and your drink. Right. Knowing that if I'm drinking a single malt from Speyside or from the Highlands, from Speyside or the Highlands, my notes that I'm going to get are going to be much more floral and much more of that earthy fruitiness. on it. I'm going to get some lavender out of it. I'm going to get some rose out of it. I'm going to get sungrass. I'm going to get lemongrass out of it on my Speyside and my Highland Scotches. Am I wrong on that?
No, you're good. We have a question from the audience, Dave, too. Christopher Eden is asking, what about a delicate wine with a cigar?
Perfect question. It depends upon what you're talking about on a delicate wine. Now, if I'm talking about the delicateness and the softness of a Pinot Noir,
right?
Which is a red wine, and it's considered a delicate wine because the grapes, the skins on it are very, very delicate. That's why it's
very thin.
Yes, very, very thin, as opposed to a Cabernet Sauvignon or a Grenache or a Syrah or what have you. I would not go with that with a Nicaraguan Puro. Actually, I would go with that with, say, like a Honduran or a Dominican Republic, maybe even a Brazilian. The reason why I say Brazilian on that is because if you think about the notes that you get out of that red wine, especially the Pinot Noir, I'm going to get a lot of red fruits on it. I'm going to get a lot of my my black fruits, my red fruits, and I'm going to get some stone fruits on that. Stone fruits in being my blackberries, my raspberry type notes. Okay, and those are stone fruits too. Stone fruit is any type of fruit that has a seed inside of the fruit. Right?
Yep.
Well, those types of notes are predominant in my Brazilians. So in my Brazilian Arapacas or my Brazilian Matafinas.
Right.
If you think about it, if you've smoked the CAO Brasilia or the CAO BX3, both are very well known for the Brazilian Matafina and the Arapacas. I get a lot of that black fruit and that stone fruit type notes from it. Well,
I would also recommend the MK45.
MK45 is another one. Yes.
Yeah.
The Ave Maria Reconquisto or the Ave Maria Dark Knight would be a couple of others that would go good with those. You want to stay away from your peppery cigars because that's going to overpower that Pinot.
Right.
Now
it's going to bury it.
If I'm talking about a white wine, say like a Chenin Blanc or a Viognier or even a Chardonnay, to where and let's go with a warmer climate Chardonnay, to where I've got a little bit more of the apple and the pear type notes coming from that. Those would go good with an Ecuadorian, would go good with a Dominican, would go good with a Candela. So that's bringing out a bit more of those earthy type notes and those sweeter earthy notes from those types of cigars. Those cigars also go great with an IPA, especially your double hop and your triple hop type IPAs.
That makes sense.
Okay, I was just going to say if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I can rattle these off because I've taken the time to learn about the blends, to learn about the tobacco itself, and to learn about what I'm getting out of each of the types of drinks.
Nice.
Exactly.
Dave, are you into smoking your whiskey at all?
I did that on break.
Yeah.
So we call this the poor man's smoked drink.
Right. It's the immersion.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
And the Glens are beautiful to do this with because of how the glass itself holds that smoke in.
Exactly.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Nice, Joe. You did something.
And you get a completely different experience.
Yeah. So on this pairing, I get like a smoked, like chocolate and cinnamon covered strawberry note, like completely different than the first two directions we took the pairing.
And I get a campfire.
Okay. Yeah.
So the smoke with the earthy tones, the earthy notes from the Sumatra, kind of creates a little bit of a campfire.
There's Skinny Money, specifically the Altagracia white wine with the timeless Sterling. So
I'm not familiar with the timeless Sterling itself. But the Altagracia white wine is very good. It's very delicate. So again, I would probably go.
Is it more fruity, that wine, on a fruit citrusy side, or
it's a bit more of your citrusy? So yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be a cooler climate.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And when it comes to wines, if you're paying attention to the climate of where they're grown, or of where the grapes are grown, that's going to give, with whites, it's going to give you a little bit more of a indication of to whether I'm going to go on the citrusy side, or if I'm going to go over into the more of the sweet, fuller, light fruity side, like your apples and your pears.
And that's
so Dave mentioned two key words here when it comes to when you're pairing your cigar with any type of beverage, and that's paying attention. Okay.
Yeah.
So my two recommendations to take your pairings even further into the next level to really enjoy your pairing is paying attention, meaning no distraction. Okay. No distractions. So you can really focus in on what you're tasting, what you're getting on your palate when you're taking these pairings in all three directions: cigar to whiskey, whiskey to cigar, cigar smoked whiskey. I also enjoy putting on some headphones to eliminate that distraction, listening to some music.
Music without words.
Yeah, music without words. Just a lot of instrumentals like taiko or something like that. Just gives it the pairing like a nice melody, something that you can relax to really focus your brain in on the pairing.
You have to. Throughout the show here, I haven't been paying a lot of attention to the notes. I'm going from one to the other unless I'm stopping and then I'm actually thinking about it.
Right.
When I'm doing a review of a cigar, when I'm doing a review of a whiskey, when I'm doing a pairing review, which if you've read our articles, we go in depth. One of the things that Leaf and Grain does, and I was talking with Joe when we were deciding how we wanted to approach these, and Gabe Seaman, who is my right hand, and Red and Spice Man, they're both my partners on this. We didn't want to be the typical reviewer to where we came out with a score and said, I'm getting this note on it and I give you this score on it without any details. So our articles break things down just like what we're talking about. The pre-light, the visual on it. If I'm scoring a cigar, I'm looking at the wrapper. I'm looking at the band. How well did that band come off?
Right.
Is my wrapper really toothy? Is it dry? What is the construction like? Can I hold it up here without burning my hand off? How is the burn on it? What is my cold draw on it? Is it a lot of pressure? I'm really having to force a draw, or is it too loose on it? How is
volume of smoke?
Volume of smoke on it. All of that comes into play. Well, when I'm reviewing a whiskey, I'm looking at the legs. I'm looking at the color of it. Does the color match what the age statement is on it? That's going to tell me a lot of it. What is my nose on it from the top of the glass to the bottom, from side to side? The palate of it. I'm going to do 2 sips and then I'm going to swirl and then I'm going to enjoy it. And what that does is that acclimates your system to the ethanol. So now I'm not just tasting ethanol. I'm able to get into the spirit of the drink.
Right.
Am I getting notes that I'm expected to get out of it? If it was a Mizunara cask, if this was a rum cask finish, what am I getting out of this? Is this a char 3 or a char 4 or char 5? Well, if this is a char 4 or char 5, I know that I'm going to get different types of notes than if it was just a char 3 on this. All of this comes into play on the actual review. Well, if I'm pairing these together, I'm going to be doing that. Plus, I'm going to be paying attention to what notes has changed from the drink, from going cigar to drink. What notes have changed in the cigar from going drink to cigar on this? Are they marrying up? Are they clashing? Are they contrasting? Are they complementary? And that takes time.
Right.
A review, and I'm taking notes on this. On a review of that, and Chris, I'll get to your question in just a second. On a review, when I'm going through a pairing review, I want to be able to have the time to be able to take the notes and be able to pay attention. Well, I can't do that if I have a lot of other ambient coming in on that. So you got to be patient. You got to pay attention, and you've got to let your palate grow. So Chris asks, why does a few drops of water change the Scotch flavor? Think about the whole process of what the distillery is doing. So for a whiskey, a Scotch, Irish, Japanese, bourbon, rye, wheated, those can go into the barrel no higher than 125 proof, and they can't be bottled any higher than 160 proof. Okay. So what the distillers are going to do is that they know what that perfect proof level is for what type of flavors they want, how much viscosity they want in the drink, how much oils there are in there, how heavy does it feel. And the way they do that is they do it by cutting it.
Right.
So that they'll cut it down. Now, unless it is a full proof, and there's a difference between cast strength and full proof. There's a big difference between those two. Okay. So I'm going to add water to it. Well, that water cuts that ethanol down to it. The same thing as if I open it up. We say that it opens up by adding a drop or two of it. So it actually lowers the proof ever so slightly on it, cuts that ethanol through, and allows those flavors to come through. Now, here's the trick to you that a lot of people don't know. One of the reasons why we swirl, we do the Kentucky Chew, even as much as many drinks I've had, and I can drink a 138 proof just neat, and that ethanol doesn't burn me because I'm used to the system of it. But as I'm swirling it around, what's going on with my body, with it in my mouth? My saliva.
It's coating it.
You're
already breaking it down. Enzymes. You have enzymes in your saliva that's breaking it down.
It's breaking it down, but it's breaking it down based upon my palate and my body chemistry. So where a lot of people will add water and say that it opened up, I say, if you need to do that, that's fine. But once you have your system acclimated to the ethanol, the sip, sip, swirl method, meaning sip, sip, 2 tiny sips that I just shoot back, swirl, the third one, I take it and I just kind of let it swirl around. Now my palate is coated with it, and I've gone past the ethanol of it. Now each time beyond that, by swirling it, I'm getting the full flavors of it, and I didn't have to add water to it. But there's nothing wrong with adding water to it. If you have to add ice to it, don't do ice cubes. Do ice blocks, because ice blocks won't melt as fast.
Right.
If I'm doing ice cubes in it, then it's going to water it down, and I'm not going to get any of the flavors.
In the whiskey world, when you add the water, we call that opening the bouquet. Or in the Scotch world, it's releasing the serpent.
Yes.
Joey hasn't released the serpent in a while, though.
The one-eyed monster, Joey.
Yeah, well, there's nothing that we can do to help him with that.
Ronnie, what are your enzymes doing to that yoo-hoo?
Not a damn thing, because that yoo-hoo is already covered up and hidden the enzymes.
It's all yes. You're right. It's amazing how it covers. It really just covers the whole palate. You were right on that one. Definitely.
Now, would you recommend, Dave? Would you recommend smoking your wine or smoking your coffee with the cigar? Is that a recommendation?
I have, yes. I typically don't smoke the wine with it because, unless I take that back. I do that with a big, bold, full body.
Exactly.
So,
You're going to do it with the Nebbiolo, with the Nebbiolo, with a bold, not cab, but Italian bold, a Barolo, something,
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, the Nebbiolo, which is also commonly known as the Barolo, which is that's the region where it is. But yeah, something like that. I've done it with the cab. I've done it with the Franc. I love doing it with the GSM. With the Grenache Syrah Mordeve, where that Grenache has that spicy note in it as well. So the Grenache is going to have a little bit of a peppery note in it, and so now I'm getting a little bit of a smokiness to it, and that's nice. Doing that with an oak finished wine as opposed to a still fat finished wine. So allows some of those oak tannins to kind of come through in there as well. So, and it comes down to just what you enjoy.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, that's totally the case. Now, with a lot of casks being shared, with folks finishing their whiskeys in a wine cask or a
sherry.
So all of those are going to influence that taste profile, right?
Yes.
And I think that's the beauty of all of these pairings, is that there's so many variations that it's endless, the pairings that you can achieve with all the different spirits and all the different cigars. It truly is never ending.
Some of my favorite pairings are with like a sherried scotch and like a chocolatey Maduro, like that Don B Maduro with that Nicaraguan Maduro wrapper, and we paired it with that Dalmore 14 that was PX Pedro Jimenez sherry. Just amazing. Yeah, some of my favorite ones are with the sherry and Maduros,
and that's what blows me away. It's never ending. I mean, we will never have enough choices.
Amount of combinations.
Exactly.
It really is.
And as long as the distillers and we've noticed that the micro distilleries have really started pushing the envelope on that. And now we're seeing some of your big five. I call them the big five, just like the big five in cigars. Right. We're seeing them to start doing that, and especially we're seeing the American single malt industry and what they're doing. That's really pushing the envelope with what other single malts are doing as well. And so we're seeing a lot of the Mizaroni casks, the stout casks. The Takami, the Tokai, the Tokai, cast, which is another. I think that's it's another type of wine cask,
right?
And so yeah, you're seeing a lot of that really starting to change profiles of drinks and giving us more offerings, and that's opening up what we can do with pairings.
Yeah. You guys remember that Westward Stout cast that we did? That was a very unique
stout cast, totally different, very unique.
That was amazing.
Yeah, very unique.
And I mean, we're paying. My daughter calls my cigars, whiskeys, and wines my six-figure income hobbies. And but you got to think about it. I mean, a low dollar, what we consider a low dollar bottom shelf cigar is still going to run you $5 to $8, right?
Oh yeah, that's a low end.
That's going to be a low end, where our average cigar is going to be anywhere from $12 to $15.
Yep.
And then your upper end cigars are going to be that $20 plus.
Yep.
Yeah. That's for one cigar.
Right.
Yeah.
For one cigar. If I'm going to be investing, if I'm investing in stocks, and trying to, improve my stock portfolio, and I'm going to learn about what the trends are in the stock market. I'm going to learn about options. I'm going to learn how to manage my money and to be able to have profitable investments, right? I'm going to do the same thing if I'm investing in real estate. I'm going to do the same thing if I'm investing in Bitcoins. Well, we're investing our money, hard-earned money, into cigars, whiskeys, and wines.
Yeah.
So, and coffees, because a bag of a good coffee is going to run you $16 to $20 plus for a good bag of coffee, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like the Don V right there.
Exactly.
So why not take the time to enjoy this and to really elevate what we're doing with it? Now, if I think I've just lost everybody.
No, you're good.
You're still here.
Okay,
We're here. We're here.
Everybody else went swirly on me.
Oh, we went swirly.
You guys went swirly.
Especially Ronnie.
Still here.
Ronnie Atkins says, "What makes a single malt a single malt?"
A single malt. Okay, the single has to do with where it's distilled, aged, and bottled. A single malt is going to be malted barley. It can have multiple strains of malted barley. Doesn't have to be a single strain of the barley. It's going to be from a single distillery, distilled, aged, and bottled from a single distillery.
Gotcha.
A blended single malt is going to be blended from multiple distilleries, single malts from multiple distilleries. A single grain is going to be predominantly malted barley, but have another cereal grain in with it. So it's going to be predominant and could have corn, could have wheat, rye, any type of your cereal grains.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
One distillery. A blended single grain is going to be a blend of single grains from multiple distilleries. And a blended Scotch or a blended Irish or blended Japanese could have single malt and single grains blended together.
Gotcha.
And so those are your 5 distinctions from those, and that applies to Scotch, Irish, and Japanese.
Gotcha.
Your bourbon, rye, and wheated all are going to have 51% or more of that primary grain. So bourbon, corn, rye, wheat. And there's a difference between a wheated bourbon and a wheated whiskey or wheat whiskey. A wheated bourbon is going to take out the rye or take out the barley and is going to have wheat in place. So I could have a wheated, I don't know of any that does this, but I could have a wheated bourbon that is corn, wheat, and a malted rye. A 4 grain is going to have all 4 of those. Now, the American whiskey's got to be in a brand new charred oak container. Doesn't have to be American oak, unlike what people say. It could be a brand new charred oak, French oak container. And the reason why I say container is by law, I could, and nobody does this that I know of, but by law, I could take it directly from the still, pour it into a bucket that is a brand new charred oak bucket, carry it over to a bottle, and bottle it. And so the only aging that has been from however many steps it has taken me to go from one to the other, and it'd be legally classified as that. There is no age statement on bourbon, rye, or wheat. The age statement comes into, if I'm calling it a straight, it's got to be aged a minimum of 2 years, and it has to have the age statement on the bottle unless it's 4 years or older, or if it's a bottled and bond, which, I'm not going to go into all of the details of what it takes to make it a bottled and bond. Now, an American whiskey and an American light whiskey are different. American whiskey and an American light whiskey does not have to go into a brand new charred oak container. It can go into what we call a second fill.
Right.
And so a one that I've did a review on my TikTok a couple of weeks ago was Houghton Young 12 year. That's 12 year. The color of it looks like it's a 3 years old Scotch. Okay, so it's very light in color. And I knew right off the bat on that was a second fill pour because it can be in a second fill. We also can see that because where we get the color in this is from the char.
Right. From the barrel.
From the barrel itself. Where we get the caramel flavors is from the char of the barrel. We get the vanilla flavors from the oak itself, and we get the honey flavors from the corn in a bourbon. Okay?
Yeah.
Nice.
So all of that comes into play. So when you get into knowing about your spirit and how your spirit has been distilled, what the mash bill of your spirit is, how it's been aged, whether or not it's been cut, how it's been cut, if it's chill filtered or not, all of that now comes into play in the type of notes that I get from it. I know that if I've got a high proof, say 120 proof spirit, a bourbon, but only has 3 years of age on it, I know that my oils aren't going to be that great on it, even though it's high proof. I know that if I've got a 12-year, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12-year-old bourbon that's at that 120 proof, that my oils are going to be nice and thick, and it's going to coat my tongue, and that's going to cut through the proof on it. And that's why we say a lot of times you get like a Old Forester single barrel cast strength full proof, which is typically in the 130 proof. And every time I've given that to somebody, and they're like, "Man, this drink's so smooth, it doesn't drink hot." Well, it's because of those oils. Where if you drink a Buffalo Trace, which is 90 proof, that's like 2.5, 3 years old, 3 years in age, and you can tell by the color of it that it drinks hot.
Right.
Well, it's much younger. Ethanol is going to come through a lot quicker on it because it doesn't have those oils. So that comes into play.
Right.
And we've navigated a lot of these different types of whiskeys right here on the show during our live pairings. We've done single malts, we've done blends, we've done bourbons. We've even done the American Light whiskey. If you remember that Obtainium Light, we did with that Big Country Maduro. That was like you were at a carnival, just tasting all the different carnival treats in one pairing. So if you get a chance, go back and watch our live pairings right here on the show to see how all those different whiskeys pair with these different types of cigars.
And Skinny Money hits it on the money. Ladies and gentlemen, we've officially met the smartest guy ever on the Great Cigar Pipe Show.
Thank you. Bruce has got a good question. Does bourbon affect your sugar level? That's going to be different from person to person. I've especially learned it, as I've been navigating my diabetes. Now, I'm going to be careful with it. I did check my sugar levels before I came on. I took some insulin before I came on because my sugar levels were at 169, which is not high, but I wanted to make sure that drinking this wasn't going to shoot me up over the 200. So I didn't want to spike it.
Right. Yeah.
It's the carbohydrates and that type of sugar, the carbohydrates type sugar is everybody's going to be impacted differently from it. When I did the Texas Cigar Roadshow last weekend, I had a couple of drinks. My sugar levels after the show were actually lower than what they were when I went into the show of it. So it depends upon what you're doing, and it depends upon how your body reacts to it. I absolutely say, and I'm not a medical doctor, but I absolutely say, learn what your body does with it. We had another good question. I'm going to see if I can scroll up to it. If I can find it.
This Don V Corojo is just still, look at that. It's still lots of flavor going.
Okay. So the other question is how can I know by the proof? Yeah, when buying a bourbon, how can I tell if it's going to drink hot? A couple of things. Number one thing that's going to tell you is the age on it. Your younger bourbons and there's typically going to be your bottom shelf type bourbons. There's nothing wrong with a bottom shelf bourbon, but your bottom shelf, your younger bourbons, your younger whiskeys are going to drink hotter than that. Right. If they do drink hotter, decanter it. Pour it into a decanter and then pour it back into the bottle so that you get that good seal on it. Pour it into a decanter for, for 30 minutes, an hour, overnight, what have you. And that's going to help open it up. That oxidization that happens to it is going to help reduce that ethanol level of it.
Or adding a little bit of water.
Adding a little bit of water to it as well. Your older spirits aren't going to drink as hot as what your younger ones are. The Zappa 23, and this applies to rum as well, where the Zappa 23 has a 23-year-old rum in that. That's going to drink much cooler, not as hot as, say, a Diplomatica, which is a little bit younger on that. Doesn't have as old in there. So that's going to take a big play a big part of how hot it drinks.
Right. That's really that's great.
Perfect.
Great advice for folks. Yeah. Well, we're getting to that point. You guys, you know what? There. It's amazing, Joe. You pulled it off again. Thank God you invited.
Oh no, Dave. This is all Dave, man.
Dave. You see what I said? Thank God you invited Dave.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have had to put up with you.
Yeah.
Thank God.
You don't want to do that.
Dave has been amazing. So,
absolutely.
Tonight's show, which is
it's being watched by so many guys, and there's so many people still on listening.
A lot of education.
To this Class 101.
This is truly a treat, Dave. We can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us tonight. So we're going to
hold on. We got a question.
Hi,
Colin. Dave, people want to know, where can they follow you?
Yep.
So I am known on Instagram, TikTok. One, you can follow us at Leaf and Grain. That's Leaf, the letter N, grainsociety.com. Also on Facebook that way. Also on Instagram that way. My handle directly on Instagram and TikTok is Just Graybeard. So all one word, Just Gray, Grey beard. And that's how I'm known on Instagram and TikTok, also on YouTube. And then we have Leaf and Grain Society there as well. I encourage everybody to go to our website, because we've got articles that talk about everything that we've done on there. Joe is a writer for me out there at Leaf and Grain Society. We have our magazine out there, and you'll see reviews everywhere. I'm also on the Texas Cigar Roadshow with David Skelton, 2 shows a month that get posted out there. So we talk about all of that, all of this there on his show as well.
Yep. Incredible. I mean,
well, we'd like to get you back on this show.
Yes, absolutely. We'll get Dave back.
Maybe we can replace you, Dave, with Joey.
Yeah, I'm out.
You see how quickly we cut Joey's legs beneath him.
Well, he was ready to leave us, so you might as well fire him now.
You don't need legs when you have a segue.
Thank you, but with running Leaf and Grain Society, and
he's a busy guy, Ron.
Once a month, Dave. Once a month. Don't worry about it.
No, listen, Joey's going to be around.
Let me talk to my publishers.
That's right. No, but really, thank you again. Again, this is the time where people are on the edge of their seats, Bob. They are.
And we're getting more people on. If you guys notice, are coming. I guess they know it's almost prize time.
They know it's prizes time. Tonight says it's going to be a ton of prizes.
Yeah.
And this segment of the show used to be Stump the Chooch.
Well, and before we get too far in that, Frank, one last time, I want to make sure everyone has done the hashtag entry.
Write this in, folks. Hurry up.
This is comment on Facebook or YouTube only. Hashtag pair your way. We have 30 entries so far in for the raffle tonight. So
nice.
Start pounding away with that. Make sure we get that in.
Hurry up.
And you have to be present to win. You have to be here all the way to the end of drawing. So if you're not here and your name comes up, Sorry, Charlie. You
go to
didn't win.
someone else.
Oh, Charlie wasn't listening tonight, Kyle. Charlie wasn't on.
We announced the winner at what, 3 a.m., Kyle?
Everybody's jumping on. Everybody's writing up. That's it. Keep going, folks.
Keep adding it.
Keep going.
So,
Andre, no? What do you mean, no, Andre? What are you talking about?
Can I do a self promotion of my book real quick?
Yes.
Absolutely. That's one of the prizes.
So yes, one of the prizes, and I don't have a copy of it with me to show you because I'm out of my own copies, and I've got more coming in that'll be in probably this weekend. But I have recently published a book. One of the other things that I do is I'm a career coach. I'm a life coach focusing on career, business, and technical from the IT side of things. But I've recently published a book that's called Taking Control of Your Career, a step-by-step approach to managing your job search. And it's available on Amazon right now. I wanted to get into writing and publish my own book. So I published the book back at the 1st of June. And it's 1st of July, and it's literally a guide of what I do when I'm looking for a new job. And I've been in IT for 30 years as a consultant. And so as a consultant, you go on an engagement for 6, 12, 18 months, and then you're back looking for another one. So I've really refined how I go about finding a job, from managing my job search through how I keep track of it, to how I interview and how I negotiate, how I work with recruiters. And so the book goes step by step through that. I've got 2 chapters on building your resume out. On one is what are each of the components of your resume that needs to be in there and what type of resume you want. And then another chapter that focuses only on how you take that base resume and you tailor it to different positions. 2 chapters on it.
Did Joey get your book yet? Because I think he's in dire straits.
Step 1: bring your best cigar and whiskey to the interviewer and pair it with the interviewer.
Blake says writing AI prompt to your resume. Be careful on that because a lot of tools are now able to detect AI written. Right. I used AI to help me do my research on my book, and then I wrote the book.
Gotcha.
So,
I use AI for my police reports.
That explains a lot.
That's why his captain recently contacted us.
Yeah, but Joey, your police reports are of grandma stole Depends, had to arrest her.
So you're the reason why Kamala Harris wants to free all of our prisoners.
There you go. It's Joey's fault.
Joe's reports, they go a long way. But no,
Andre, no, Andre, you're wrong. Don't be mean. Don't be mean.
That sounds great. I love it.
So one of the prizes is the winner who gets mine will get a signed copy of my book.
That's awesome.
Nice. Beautiful.
Awesome.
That's awesome. That is.
And Frank, why don't you put on what Kevin Thompson just wrote?
Let me see what Kevin Thompson just put out there into that.
When any of you publish a book about understanding women, please let me know. AI has plenty of answers on you.
If you try to do that, you immediately get canceled. So
that's right.
that can never happen. We'll never understand women.
That's too secret. Too many secrets.
I think we will sooner understand how they organize their purse before we ever understand them.
That's the forbidden land. No guy goes into a woman's purse.
It's like trying to explain climate change.
So you know the dichotomy of that then.
Yes. So for people who are ready to play, this is going to be our segment, which will come up after these words from our sponsors. So please pay attention. And we will be right back.
From our friends.
From our friends who happen to be sponsors.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, The Art of Magic.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in 1. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP Cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back-to-back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Bovita 2-way humidification.
All begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our 2 major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we're back.
I got Carol texting me. I think I'm getting indicted.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Carol, it's time to leave. Don't wait for him.
Yeah, don't worry. Joey will be out soon.
Yeah, 30 more years.
Well, it was fun while it lasted, gentlemen.
So we start this segment. This is our little trivia segment. And I'll give you guys a couple of questions because since we've got so many winners, I can only give out a couple.
Did you want us to show the prizes? Or
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the prizes were going to be the raffle from those that are doing the hashtags.
Well, they're going to get one of the prizes.
Well, that's just one of the prizes. Yes.
One of the many prizes tonight.
So let me see what we can start with. All right. Since I'm doing Dumbarton and he's one of our sponsors, we will feature a wonderful mug.
Ooh,
nice mug in here. So if you guys want to see what it looks like, this is what it would look like.
This is what he's drinking out of right now. Don't worry, it'll have fresh coffee in it when he sends it to you.
Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo.
It'll just have
it's in the box. Nice. And a beautiful
Dumbarton hat. Beautiful.
Okay.
So that's one of the prizes.
That's one of the prizes. All right.
They get 2 things. Two for one.
There you go. The next one.
It's a pretty good show.
The next one is going to be a Lotus
Oh,
travel door.
Travel door. Look
right,
at that. Ronnie can't open it. His hand, too much arthritis.
And you're right, Frank. But along with that, our sponsors at Oliva, you're going to have a magnificent, beautiful lighter.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, I like the gold on that.
There you go.
Yeah. That's very fancy.
It is, and it was in the plastic bag, so I will.
Is that a single flame lighter?
I hate to say it, but the fact is that there is nothing in it, but I would think so.
I know it looks like a single flame.
It looks like a single flame,
which I love. Those happens to be my favorite.
Nice. Yep. And along with that travel pack, you're going to get a nub.
Oh, a nub cutter.
Cutter. So you're really the only thing you got to put in that traveling
is cigars.
Is cigars. You got a full package here.
Wow.
Right away.
Beautiful. That's all. That's for winner number 2.
That's winner number 2.
Okay.
Winner number 3. Hey.
Oh,
look at that
there you go.
Look at that, buddy.
There you go.
That's the prize.
That's the prize.
Big prize.
Everybody wants one of those.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants one of our hats.
I want one of those.
Who said that? I didn't hear that.
He doesn't get one because his head is
leaving.
Well, his head is
He's
too
leaving.
big.
Yeah, he won't promote us anymore.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Maybe, Joey. We'll think about it.
We'll think about it.
And then with that hat, to smoke the cigar, you're going to actually get a traveling Lotus
ashtray. I love that. You put it into,
there you go.
Put it
All
into,
right, you can put that anywhere.
With you.
Put it in your cup holder.
You take it with you. You put it in your cup holder. Whatever.
Put it in your pocket.
So that's another prize.
Beautiful.
And then
that's number 3.
We're going to do what Frank is smoking tonight. I really do. I think we'll have 3. Frank, and you smoke these yourself?
Dumbarton cigars? Oh, 3.
There you go.
3 cigars in a 3-pack cigar case.
Oh, nice. In the nub case.
Nice.
In the nub. Nice. So you're going to get 3.
That's number 4. 3 for 3. 3 for 3.
Well,
even though that's number 4. Even though that's number 4, that's 3 for 3.
Number 4. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's number 4. And number 5?
No, and I guess number 5 is going to be Joey's bottle, and then we have a signed book.
There we go. Number 5 is Joey's bottle. Joey has a bottle. Wait a minute.
Joey's bottle
has no bottle.
Joey's not giving away a bottle.
Joey tonight is like a bump on a log. He has no bottle.
No, we'll give away. I have a Dewar's 18 blended Scotch that I'll give away.
Oh,
even he pronounces it Dewar's. Most people say Dewar's.
Yeah. But he's trying to be a European.
You know what I mean?
He's getting French on us.
He's trying to get fancy on us.
Yeah.
As it's going out, he's all this time he's just been Joey the Cooch. Now he's trying to be Joey the Fancy.
All right, folks.
Fancy Chooch. Joey the Fancy Chooch.
So first question for the dais, and this includes Dave and Joe. We know his answers are always wrong.
Every one
of them. I don't think he's answered one correct on ever.
No.
But I figured this is a good question for the group. On this date in history, August, what's today's date, Bob?
I have no idea.
The 13th.
Lucky 13, not Friday, though.
It's August, though.
It's August. You know August.
Hey, today is Tampa's celebration because it's 813. This is the Tampa phone number, the 813 area code here.
Wow, celebrating Tampa.
I thought that was going to be how many Super Bowls they wanted to win.
That's it. Well, yeah, that's another one. Well, Brady isn't there.
Not for anything, but Kevin Thompson just added something which I did not know, but I could. Someone's going to get nudes from Ronnie, too, just to be here at 2 a.m. The Arabian Peninsula time.
All right, guys, it's been great. I'm out.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Ronnie's nudes. You know what? I should have kept that picture of that Buddha, that Roman. It was Joey. But then we could have put Ronnie's head in.
The one on top of the turtle?
Yeah, with the turtle, riding the turtle.
I think that's Joey, though. Come on. Peter with respect. Carol with an E is watching.
Please, Ray.
You know what? I can't believe I don't have that. Let me look at my inventory.
Keep looking, Frank.
Let me look
Show
at my
what
inventory.
Joey looks like.
Joey.
Carol's
Let's put
watching.
Joey on the spot.
Let's put Joey on the spot. Wait a minute. Can you believe I lost him? But you know what? Anyway,
They have Joey flying around.
Joey's a lover. Joey's a lover, not a fighter. And this is why.
There it is.
That's how you know, he's a lover, not a fighter.
His arrest record is proof that that's the case.
That's right.
Hey, Joey, we'll send Cupid you to you so you can send it to Carol for you all eternity.
It's all in the love. All in the love. No, not the
All
arrest.
right. On this date in history, Bob, 1981. It was the last broadcast of this television show. 1981, Bob. Right around the time that you probably were about 50
Cheers.
then. You see, that's why he's a chooch. And his memory's just as good as Ronnie's. But Ronnie's been on a roll lately. He's been doing pretty well. 1981. 1981, this series came to an end. No.
Ed Sullivan?
No. Ed Sullivan. Ed Sullivan was dead and buried by 81.
81.
The Waltons. The Waltons.
Next question.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, David. Good night. Good night.
What does that have to do with cigars and whiskey and pairing?
No, listen. Who said
Doesn't. They're fucking old. That's all. That's all it is.
I'm going to give you a question that everybody should know here on the dais, because you should.
This day on the 13th of 1981. No, that was the last day that Joey soiled his diapers.
I think he was just his father's dream.
So, what was Frank Sinatra buried with? What was he buried with, folks?
A bottle of Jack.
Yes, he was, Ronnie. Very correct. He was buried with a bottle of Jack Daniels.
There you go.
They put it in his coffin. He figured he needed
two fingers, one cube.
2 fingers and 1 cube.
He wanted to meet Jackie Gleason so the two of them could have a hit together.
All right.
But inside the bottle is You Who Milk. So
yeah. So this is for Ronnie. This is for one of the audience members. Let's give them number one. The first giveaway, which was what, Ron? Let's remind them. So you're guessing for this.
The Dumbarton and
Dumbarton hat and the Dumbarton mug.
There you
go.
Nice.
Those are great. First of all, folks, if you win, please, we need you to post when you get it, probably by 2026. When you do get the items, I want you to post and hashtag and copy us on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever, YouTube, wherever.
Maybe even a picture of it
and
drinking something.
Exactly. Picture wearing the hat, drinking something, smoking something, whatever you win, please. Promote the damn show. You get shit for free. We're not asking much of you.
Yeah, not much
I
at
mean,
all.
even Joey
share,
does it. Even Joey does it once in a while.
Yeah.
So,
I prefer posted on grannypanty.com, but that's just me.
I know
you crossed the line that shouldn't have been crossed there, Joe.
No, he crosses it all the time, Dave. All the time.
Believe me, I know.
All right, folks, this is for the
Brian
audience.
Singer, always promoting the show.
For the audience. This question is for the audience. Kyle, can you play me music at a good level? You're playing it so low. No one can hear it.
No, they can hear it, Frank. You just can't hear it. It's loud. Trust me.
Can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
We can't hear it.
We can't hear it, Kyle.
It's loud enough, Frank. You need to check your hearing.
Folks, can you hear Kyle's music?
Can you hear music, folks? Anybody?
No.
So that's your answer. No. How does no sound?
Crank it up, buddy. Crank it up.
Nothing.
Can't hear it.
Why don't you just hum a tune?
How about if we just go to our Jeopardy?
Go to your old music, Ronnie. Go ahead.
Go that way because
I'm super loud. Ronnie puts it on 30.
Andre is saying just ask the dang question.
There we go.
All right.
All right. This is the question for the audience, folks. All right. When was whiskey first taxed in Scotland? When? What year?
Ooh.
I need the year.
Oh, that's a good question, Frank.
No shit, fucking Sherlock. Who do you think runs this fucking thing?
I'm Dr. Watson. Nobody. Come on. Ask Siri. Ask Alexa. Come on. 18. Oh, wait, well, who we got? Whoa. Jump.
Oh, let me go.
1644.
Oh, there was a lot of answers came in here. Hold on.
Charisma, you cannot win.
Andre is the first man on the trigger.
1644.
1644. Andre Tessier is the winner of round one.
Finally.
Andre, it's been a long time. You tried a lot.
Oh, now he comes alive. Andre, congratulations.
Nice.
Man.
Steve, you were like milliseconds short, Steve. Very nice, Andre. Very nice. Good. I like that.
Yeah,
all right.
Nice. Okay.
Second question for the audience. And Ronnie, what will they be the lucky winner get?
We're going to do the cigar travel pack with the lighter and the cutter.
Wow. All right. That's a pack and a half, I call it.
That's a pack and a half.
Yeah, you're packing. That's called when you go proudly walking out the door packing. Just like the javelin guy from France.
Yeah.
I'm never packing. So.
Here you go, folks. Ronnie, play the music, please. Low. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Suntory has created its very own yeast strain. I need the yeast strain, folks. And spelling does count. So be fucking very diligent. So don't go typing like a fucking mad fool. Be careful here because I'm going to check spelling, motherfuckers.
Hey, don't sound like Saj, will you?
I like how Teresa goes. It's funny how Bob can't see the screen, but he sees my name. So
Heine strain. Okay. Very good, Brian. I think you win just for answering such a thing.
The Yoo-hoo strain.
Okay, here they come in.
Okay, the first one
Micro Airy
is Suntorius
Lactobacillus.
He is absolutely Will Mahoney. The Mahoney,
Mahoney wins.
No Maloney. He wins
No
the
baloney.
fucking salami. That's it.
Will, you need PM me your address, please? Will, please.
Isn't that the name of that Aussie breakdancer too?
It might have been. That was some great breakdancing, by the way. All right, that's the winner number. What was that? Number two already? Let's go to number three. Ronnie, what's our lucky winner?
Number three is going to be.
You got to take
Cigar
pictures of you wearing that hat. If you don't, that's it. But we want it back.
Along with the Lotus traveling ashtray.
Very nice, Ronnie. Look at that hat. That's fucking nice. That is nice. Classic. That is a beautiful thing. All right. Get ready, folks. Ronnie, please play my music because I don't ask questions without it. Here we go. Ronnie's getting good at the music level, by the way. Only took him 6 years.
It's okay. Thank you. I'm a hard learner. Testaduda.
Whiskey is the official state beverage of what state? Whiskey is the official beverage of what state? These people think they're smart.
Kentucky.
No.
The state of Joey G.
No. It's not Kentucky. Haha, fooled you fuckers.
You did.
Tennessee.
No, it's not Tennessee.
Virginia. Oh, Arizona and then Virginia.
Nope.
Colorado.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me go up on here. Oh, who's Martin Smith? Is he the first one with Alabama? Whoever the first one is with Alabama is correct. I believe it's Martin Smith.
I did not know that.
Alabama, folks, and I believe it's Martin Smith. Let me go back.
Martin Smith, our cigar man from Wisconsin.
Cigar man is the winner.
Martin
Smith, Alabama. Look at Martin. Right. Let me tell you, folks, if you never had Martin's cigar, the Broncano, look him up. And I don't know if he has any cigars left, because let me tell you, that man produced his very first cigar that blew us away. And
yeah, that was the Vintage Toro. I just published that pairing. Yes. What did we pair it with?
We paired that with Jesus. All I could remember is the cigar. No, it was a Taiwan Expression.
Oh yeah, the Cavalon.
Cavalon.
The Stogies. Yeah, that was amazing.
Let me tell you, you want a great cigar?
Oh my God.
That cigar will fucking blow your mind.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Barry Bone says, "Are we checking Facebook?" I don't know.
It comes through. Listen, Barry, get the fuck off.
No, he's on Facebook. He's on Facebook.
Of course, we're checking Facebook. What do you think this is? A show that don't know? We know.
Oh, he said that.
Listen, in this segment, you can't ask questions.
Oh, Barry, you came behind him, buddy.
You came behind him. That's what happens when
Barry always comes behind him. So.
Exactly. Barry's always
Christopher Eden would have beaten you also because he came in right
You're
after
always coming from behind, Barry. Learn to come.
There you
do
go.
a reach around next
He's a New Yorker.
Dave's dying laughing over there.
Do a reach around. Let's go to winner number 4. Ronnie, what is that winner number 4 going to get?
Number 4 gets 3 amazing Dunbarton cigars
and
the 3 cigar
brulee, the sobremesa brulee blue. Say that 3 times fast.
Sure.
Okay. All right, beautiful, Ronnie.
For the 3 cigars, guys.
3 plus 3 on that winner.
3 cigars that won't fit in the cigar holder.
Yes, I was thinking the same
actually,
thing.
I did. Because I
there. Listen, Ronnie tested it before the show. He's very diligent. He's a big-time producer here. Don't mess around with Ronnie.
Joey, I don't like you no more.
Joey's on thin
ice. Did you ever?
I used to love you, but then Carol came along.
There used to be a flag with thin blue line. Joey's on thin ice now with the show. He's skating.
Yes, Barry, you got a better group.
He's skating his way off the show.
How about my segue on that thin ice?
All right, folks, it's another great.
You really want this guy full time? Think about it. Think about it.
Give me liberty.
You're giving me a lot of things to think about.
That's I know. It doesn't take much.
All right, Ronnie, play the music. All right. Well, I got some good questions. Wow. All right. This founder of an Irish whiskey was the great-grandfather of the radio transmission pioneer Guglielmo Marconi. His name, please.
Repeat the question.
He founded an Irish whiskey, and he's also the grandfather of Marconi.
Really?
Who said Jameson first?
Jameson, Brian Singer.
Brian Singer says Jameson. I'm going to give it to him because it is John Jameson. I should deduct a point because he didn't say his first name.
Take 1 cigar back.
Yeah, we'll keep 1 cigar.
Only because, you know what you do is because Chris Cutler came in right after that with John Jameson at 9:22. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Whoa. Yes. John. Okay. And no. Andre came in right after that at same exact time.
Well,
he
John
said Jameson, but Chris Cutler said John Jameson. How are we going to handle it? It's all 9:22.
1.5 cigars each.
Cigar in there. Ronnie, give somebody, give the other guy, give him a hat. Will you give him a hat? Give him
Chris
a little.
Cutler. Well, Chris Cutler will take care of you. Andre, you won you won a nice prize. Chris hasn't won. We're not trying to be jerks about it, but we're trying to be even. Oh, wait a minute. Colin also had John Jameson at 9:22. Matt Polly said 9:20. What is going on? Whoa! What are we doing, guys?
Listen.
Well, don't forget Mr. Perez, who also said it and then even gave the middle name.
Where's Mr. Perez?
Well, it's John J. He said John J. But he didn't put the space between the John and the J. If we want to get
John J.
real take, John J. I know.
Yeah. Well, no, Colin had Jajay. Yeah. Man,
that
dude.
doesn't work. Colin, sorry, man.
I'm going to have to come up with
it's all about
something. So,
Colin.
Teresa, write these names down for me, please. You got Brian Singer's the main winner.
He's
we got Colin. We got Andre. We got Chris Cutler, Colin McClure, Matt Polly, Christopher Eden, Ian Simpson, Chris Espijo, and that's all I'm going to stop there because
you have to stop there. They've already bankrupted us,
and it's all 922.
Officially is done.
Well, it's how they appear on our timeline.
Yeah, whatever appeared first in our comment, that's who wins.
That's who wins. So
if you don't like it,
hat to the next week. Yeah, tune in next week. You're bound to win something.
Yeah. Well, we still got the big prize. Let's do that.
Big prize.
2 more prizes.
We got 2 prizes. Why don't we do this? We're gonna couple the book with Joey's liquor because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So they get the liquor, and to read it.
They get to lick her.
Liquor.
Yeah, everyone's saying, people saying, just give it to Brian. He's
the name of the book about women.
Where's Brian? I got to get him off the screen. I can't get even Brian. I can't find where Brian went. All of these things. Oh, thank you. There we go. All right. So the next question for our lucky winner, Ron. Joey, hold up the bottle because
I don't have the fucking bottle with me, Frank. I'm
he got it. He finished it.
You're going to get an empty bottle by Joey.
Get an empty bottle.
Sign the bottle, Joey. Sign the bottle, chicken, Joey. Chooch.
Duhars. It's not Doers anymore. It's Duhars. And a book by David. Listen, the book is worth its weight in gold for people
about how to get a career.
Exactly. I mean, listen. This is important.
Something none of us have. So.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we do this fucking show here.
Hey, Joey, I'll see you next month.
All righty. Here you go, folks. The question tonight to end this wonderful evening is, what whiskey was once known as brown vodka? What whiskey was once known as brown vodka? Look at my questions. I'm a fucking genius.
Wow.
Eduardo makes a good point. What was the hashtag for again?
We haven't had
the last prize. That's the last prize. You chooches.
This is it.
This is the hashtag.
This is the hashtag. No.
This is it. No. What do you mean? What?
Hey, time out. What's for the hashtag there?
It's Kyle? Later. We're giving something for the hashtag. Shut the fuck up, everybody.
We're giving a hashtag for the hashtag.
You get a hashtag.
You're always messing things up.
All right. Canadian whiskey is the winner, and our Canadian whiskey winner.
Hold on.
It looks like.
It looks like. Get you ends up.
Get you. Gotcha. He's
there
the ghost.
Go.
He's the ghost on Instagram.
Yeah. I never knew that. I never heard that before.
Isn't that good?
I never heard that before.
All right. Well, congratulations, Getcha. Joey, I'll send you his address.
All right.
And me, send me the address as well so that I can get the book out.
Yes, for the book too. All right, Getcha. Very good. All right.
Hey, Getcha, if you do change careers, we want a cut. We want a VIG on any promotional monies that you make.
Yeah, if you do get a career, I want my bottle back.
The first 2 months.
They want the bottle back and they want a cut. I just want a review.
So, Ronnie, what are we going to give for the Pair Your Way? What should we give to Pair Your Way?
The empty Yoo-hoo container.
The empty Yoo-hoo container.
I thought Kyle had that.
No,
where does Kyle have it?
I don't have any prizes. You have all the prizes.
All right. I tell you what.
Pair it your way at Burger King. Oh, this is big, folks. People are going to shit themselves.
Whoa!
They want the ashtray, the Dumbarton ashtray.
The Dumbarton ashtray. Not this one. I don't know. It's already
not that
wrapped
one.
in the box.
It's wrapped in the box. It's going to look different. Every one of those is unique.
Wow, buddy.
Wow.
This is a classic.
This is a prize to cherish. Yeah, let me tell you. This is the real deal.
It's very hard to come by, but as our sponsor, we came by.
We came by, and now it's going to leave us.
Not this one though. This one's mine.
35 of you in the drawing for this.
35 people, but there are only 33 people watching. So someone
somebody entered
be the loser. Enter and leave.
All right, let's go with the draw.
Ooh, look at their names going.
Spin the wheel.
Oh, it's a spinner.
Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this.
Holy shit, the hype wins all the way from Arizona.
Oh my God, the hype from Arizona.
Wow.
Holy shit, the newbie.
The newbie, he just started listening, this prick, and he's won 2 weeks in a row.
We got to get rid of him.
We got to get rid of him.
Send him back to Jackson Heights.
Chris, you have to be on. I hope you're still on. Comment that you're still with us.
Holy shit. Wow.
Is Chris still on? That's the key.
Chris, you got to comment. You're still with us.
Holy shit.
Give us a yes.
He's on.
He's on.
Oh my God! You have no idea, Chris, what you really just won.
Shit. He goes hot shit.
Wow.
Yes, everybody. Chris Espejo is here.
Wow.
Sorry, but man, that was great. Congratulations. That was a lot of fun. That really was
cool.
So our Christmas show, we're giving away nothing this year because we gave it all away tonight.
There is no Christmas show this year. What the fuck are you talking about?
The Christmas show is Joey leaving.
What a gift.
That's Santa.
for all you. Oh, he wants to see it again. Hold on, Chris.
Yeah.
Look at it again, you blind bastard.
It's not going to be exactly that, but it's
I mean, it is the shape.
It's the
but
same
not
shape.
the colors.
It looks like
because I don't know what the colors are. The cases are already pre-wrapped, and we have no idea. So the way you get it is the way we got it.
Yes,
But,
and Colin goes, I love this ashtray. He won it a while back.
That shape is on the cover of the women's book, too.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Got everybody going.
Everyone
Congrats.
So everybody, what we just gave you a little sample of what our Christmas show is going to be like.
Yeah.
So make sure you're part of the Christmas show because that's going to be, like the Oprah. You get one, you get one, you get one.
Everybody look under your
seat. We're giving away a car come Christmas time.
The Matchbox.
The Matchbox, of course.
What a great show, everyone. And Dave Graybeard, thank you so
much, Dave,
for your info and your knowledge tonight. This was such a...
We are not worthy. We are not worthy.
All of us were in class today. This was a great.
We all learned something. I'll tell you
Everybody
what.
was in class except Ronnie.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on it. I had a blast. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, it's our honor.
We'll
Truly,
get you back next year without Joey.
I'll bring Joey on as my guest and then quiz him to see how much he's learned.
Yes. You can bring on Ash instead of Joey.
Joey's not
There
going
you go.
anywhere. First of all,
Ash was supposed to be on with us, but unfortunately she wasn't able to make it. So
we know.
Yes.
Big hats off to Ash and everybody else in Leaf and Grain Society and everybody that has followed us and has supported us over these last 3 years. I'm very appreciative. You've made a guy's dream come true.
Oh, and look at we have big fellas on. Hey. They're down to giving away some swag on the Christmas show.
Hey,
more stuff, and you win.
Guys,
we're giving away the trailer.
We're giving away the trailer.
Listen, for you listeners, please jump on the Big Fellas Facebook page. Follow them around. If you get a chance, it's a must-see trailer. It will take you back into the Roaring 20s.
I have an article up on whiskey-network.net as well about that trailer.
There you go.
You get to see everything.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Check it out. Not the trailer, he said. Oh.
I tell you what.
All right, we'll take the truck.
For that Christmas show,
yes,
I will do a pairing. I will throw in a pairing. So a cigar, and a 2-ounce sample of a spirit.
To do a pairing. Nice.
So
are you coming on the show? Are we going to have you on Christmas?
Yeah.
I haven't been invited yet.
Come on,
you're invited. Don't worry.
Invited. Hey, Joey,
we only got enough room for one. We have to minus one guy. So Joey's gone. You're in. Don't
take
worry.
The Christmas Day show off.
So he's going to give away a 2-ounce sample of Yoo-Hoo.
If it's good for Yogi Berra, it's good for me. Okay,
me for Yoo-Hoo.
Yeah,
it'll be a 2-ounce. It'll be a 2-ounce sample of one of the whiskeys from my own personal collection.
Ooh,
with a cigar paired specifically for that.
Oh,
nice.
Beautiful.
I love. You know what I love? Our guys that are listening. Skinny Money says, "Nice show. Play the Rob Canillo song."
Oh, we are going to play that.
Everybody loves this song. It's part of our. It's become like synonymous with the show. So, folks, see you next week. We'll have another great show, even though Joey won't be around.
That's why it's going to be a great show.
He always come on, but he's a busy guy.
He is a busy guy.
Carol, let him go. Let him come on.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a great week.
Dave, thank you so much.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through.